Veterans, have you ever wondered if a condition you have might be linked to one of your service-connected conditions or your military service? Stick around because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to figure it out. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Dr. Sharma here, physician, board-certified psychiatrist, and Air Force veteran. Here's a relatively quick, practical video on VA disability claims when it comes to secondary conditions. This is really important and it can help you find actual scientific connections between different conditions. One of the most common questions I get is, Doc, is my condition X potentially caused by my condition Y? And you can substitute pretty much any condition into those letters. Now, I have a method that's completely free and easy to use. Quick disclaimer, this is an AI method, so it's not going to be 100% right all the time, and you have to check it over with a physician. But this can certainly be a great start and a big help in the process. Now, I don't use this particular tool all the time because I use a medical database, but since that's only available for physicians and a lot of the articles are behind paywalls, I wanted to give you guys this option, which is very good, it's efficient, and it's intuitive. You're gonna navigate over to, guess what? ChatGPT. And yes, you can do this with a free account. No need to pay for a subscription unless you want that next level AI processing power. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how to do it, and I'm going to do it on a free account. So the first thing you're going to do is click on these two buttons here. Now, the first one is search, which means it's going to incorporate up-to-date web search results and entries, so more up-to-date scientific articles. And the second button, reason, which makes it think at a higher level. Both features are available on the free version, so no worries there. Then you're going to type something like this. Are there peer-reviewed scientific studies showing a causal relationship between depression and migraine headaches? Okay. Now, why am I wording it like this, right? The reason is you want to ask the question and you want to ask it in an open-ended way. Remember, we're not searching for any small study that might not be strong to just give us an association or link. We want this to be an open-ended question asking if there is a connection. We also don't want to push the AI to look for a connection because we don't want to introduce any bias. We also add peer-reviewed studies. This is crucial. We want scientific journal articles, not just websites. So not Dr. Bob says X causes Y. We want actual scientific studies that are in journals. Any Dr. Bobs out there, no offense, this is not directed towards you. We say causal relationship because we want the AI to analyze information to see if there is not only an association or correlation, but also a causal relationship where the depression is actually causing the migraine headaches. So there is that association, but also a mechanism of action by which all of it occurs. All right, then you hit enter, right? And it's going to do its thing. Now, don't be overwhelmed. The reasoning part is there to show you that it actually thought about it. It's kind of like when teachers used to tell us to show our work on math tests, right? So sorry for any flashbacks I caused with that reference. Anyway, you can scroll down, you can read the analysis, you can read each study, the summary that they have, or you go to the end and you look at the summary if you just want to look at the final answer, right? And it shows you that, yes, indeed, using rigorous approaches, using certain techniques, that it actually does support a causal relationship between depression and migraine headaches. The nice thing about this is that it actually gives you the citations, right? So you can actually click and go and read the articles if you want to go for the source. Remember, when you're reading a scientific article, if you get bogged down by the jargon, remember that you can read the abstract, which is the summary, or you can skip to the discussion at the end. Another option is you can actually paste the link to that article in ChatGPT, and you can ask it to explain the article findings to you, which is also very helpful. Now, let's do one more example where there is no causal relationship, just so that you can see it in action. This is an example I've used before. Folks have asked me if tinnitus can cause obstructive sleep apnea, which it can, at least from what we know right now. So let's do a similar question, right? Let's say, are there peer-reviewed scientific studies showing a causal relationship between tinnitus and obstructive sleep apnea? So then it does its thing, right? Churns it out. Again, it'll show you the work as it's going through, and it shows you that there have been some observational studies, cross-sectional studies, and it says, although peer-reviewed studies have repeatedly shown that tinnitus and OSA are significantly associated, and some findings hint at a causal link by demonstrating that treatment of OSA can alleviate tinnitus symptoms, a definitive causal relationship has not yet been conclusively established in the literature. So it can also give you that negative answer that, these two conditions are not causally connected, at least right now, from what we know in the scientific literature. One more thing, remember, you can also use this to look at other connections between a condition and something that you were exposed to during military service. So you can also ask it something like, are there peer-reviewed scientific studies showing a causal relationship between Agent Orange and dementia, right? And you let it do its thing, and it's going to do the reasoning and thinking yet again. It's going to start to show you the type of work that it's going through, the different journal articles, and then yet again, it's going to help you with individual articles, reputable journals like JAMA Neurology about Vietnam veterans exposed to Agent Orange and them being nearly twice as likely to be diagnosed with dementia compared to their non-exposed peers. It's going to go on to describe a little bit more. So again, this is a great tool and strategy to see potential connections between conditions. Remember, like I said before, this is AI, it's not a human being or physician, so you still need to confirm the information. Also, it might not use studies that are behind paywalls, so you might not be getting all of the information available out there. One last thing is that sometimes it might cite weak studies with small sample sizes, but it usually tells you if the study has a small sample size. It's not perfect, but it's a tool that I wanted to tell you all about. That's it for today's video. I hope this was helpful to add a tool to your belt or your toolbox or however you want to call it when it comes to secondary conditions. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps and it tells me that I'm doing something right. Also, please drop a comment below about your thoughts on the topic, and if you have requests on what to cover in the future, I'd be happy to make a video on it. As always, Dr. Sharma signing off. See you next time.